What's up, folks? Your boy Despot. Welcome to another episode of Survive with DP. First up, the rules. Should I showcase any other accounts in this? It's because I like these accounts, I like their messaging, and I order you to follow, have fun, or fuck off. Today I want to talk to you about miracles. Given this time of the season, I'd like to talk to you about my miracle. Before I get started, I just want to point out I'm not like a big cliche guy. I'm not a guy that, I want to inspire by just being real and not telling you these mythical fucking fantasies. And I often notice it a lot when people refer to God or anything holy. You see a lot of people that make videos or get up in front of a crowd and talk about the moment they found God. And it's usually the very worst moment in their life. But then they go on to say, God appeared before me. God spoke to me. God was, like there was a floating ghost above their fireplace mantle talking to them and made them see the error of their ways and made them make that change. And then they came out. I hate those stories. And I hate those stories because as a God-fearing man, although not overly religious, as somebody that has strongly believed in God, but also being a former cop, very big on evidence and facts, stand by. You just hear these stories, and as a believer, I often wondered, how do you expect to turn non-believers by telling them ghost stories? You get my point? Part of me is certain that yes, God spoke to you, but without words. Okay, what happening was an opening of your mind, a realization. And yes, it may have been God that put that in your brain at that moment. Don't turn it into a fucking Hollywood script, because it takes people that already believes and it puts them into this fucking fantasy world, and they're all waiting for this magical apparition to appear above their Christmas tree and talk to them. You know what I mean? No, that's not how it works, folks. Maybe back when Moses wore short pants, but not now. Come on. So going back to my moment, it was a little over a year ago. Gun pressed to my head, sitting in my car. I had planned this thing down to every last detail. I was literally right across the street from a state police barracks because I didn't want to stink. You know what I mean? I didn't want them to find me in a fucking week. I didn't want to stink. I was thinking about my loved ones having to identify me, right? I've seen enough dead bodies to know, like, oh, this is going to be rough on the family. The death being the biggest issue, but, I mean, you got nobody to bury. It's, what the fuck is, what's left? Oh, my Lord. Awful. I emptied every round from my magazine except for one, cycled it into the chamber. Why? Because as a cop, I was thinking, if a child or maybe a Democrat were to come across my body, I don't want them handling a loaded gun. So as soon as I was done, gun would go in a lockback, completely inoperable, no other bullets to be found. Nobody could use this thing if the police didn't find me first, right? There was no note. Nobody was told. Nobody was called. I didn't put vague posts. In fact, I think I shut down Facebook and Instaface right before this. This was not a gesture. I was at peace. I was at peace. I was so fucking relieved. I was so fucking happy. What happened? What happened? I don't know. I know I was in one location, and then I don't know how I got to a second location, but I'm sitting in my vehicle, and I hear mumbling, and at this point, I think I did it. It's over, and now I'm hearing voices, and I look to my left, and it's a female in a Dunkin' Donuts outfit at a drive-thru window asking me for payment. I don't even know what the fuck's going on, and I wasn't high or anything, and I'm like, I'm looking for I look down. My firearm is right there, unholstered. Unholstered, round in the fucking chamber. It's sitting on my passenger seat. She sees it. I can just imagine what's going through her fucking brain. I probably appeared highly intoxicated, although I wasn't. I'm all out of sorts, and I'm fumbling for a wallet, and I pay for the coffee, and it was about a mile away, the location. I just drove straight back to that location. I am like out of sorts. I don't even fucking realize what's going on. Did I do it? I don't know why I didn't do it. I get back to the location, and there was one thing I did leave out. Kind of comical in a way, but if you're from New England, you know what Dunkin' means to us, right? If you're from the fucking Northeast, Dunkin' is a religion on its own. It's a fucking cult. And if you listen to this, Dunkin' Donuts people, I'll take the sponsorship now. Yes. Anyway, I remember just this really odd fucking thought because something was happening to my body in that moment when I was getting ready to fucking end it. And it was like I had this, I knew I was there. I knew it was coming because something had never happened. Like my body, I'm not shaking, I'm not crying, but other things started happening where I wasn't dehydrated, but holy shit, my mouth got so fucking dry. Like so dry. And I just remember thinking to myself, gun to my head, I hope there's a Dunkin' in heaven. Honestly, that's all I said. And that's the only thing I can think of. I end up at a fucking Dunkin' Donut like, wait a minute, what the fuck am I doing here? And I sat there and I drank an entire large iced coffee down to nothing. And then when I was done with that, if you're familiar with the Dunkin' coffee, if it's this high, there's that much ice in it. I then went through each individual ice cube until it was nothing. So I spent a lot of time in my vehicle, gun still on the passenger seat, and in that time, I can visualize it as going for a walk through the hallways of my brain and finding a locked door. I didn't realize what was happening at the time, but I knew there was something behind that door, something I was scared to death of, but I didn't give a fuck anymore. And I kicked the fucking door in, and what did I see? Me. Except not me. I saw the demon. I saw that fucking demon that awoken in my mind Christmas Eve 2006, and that had been haunting me ever since. My PTSD, I was looking right at it. It was me. But you know what else I noticed? Fear. Fear in his eyes. I saw a ton of fear. The type of fear that would make me sit in a corner booth in a restaurant with my eyes on all fucking entrances and exits, scanning everybody in the place, right? Something I had never done in the before times. I saw the fear that had me fully locked and fucking loaded. I didn't even bring my off-duty piece to a movie theater when my son wanted to see Pixar or Marvel or anything, and I had to bring him as a good dad, right? And I would go in there with a full battle plan. I had my duty weapon on me with magazines in my pocket. Why? I didn't get attacked in a movie theater. The incident that sparked the awakening of this fucking entity in my brain, it didn't happen at Gillette Stadium. How come I'm not going to football games anymore? How come I can't watch Tom Brady destroy the fucking world in person anymore? And I'm looking at it in the eyes, and then I'm realizing this thing I've been calling a demon, this thing that I thought wanted me to kill myself, was actually my protector. Right? It's my protector, or it thinks it is. We all have it. Luckily, most of us will never fucking experience. But it is that thing in your fucking brain that decides you've seen too much. You've dealt with too much. I'm taking over now. I'll handle this. It's in the subconscious, but it comes out as a protector. Even though it only acts to sabotage your life. Like I said, restaurants, public, fears. It's telling you, watch the door. It's telling you, don't go here, don't go there. It's sabotaging all your fucking romantic relationships. Why? Because I see it now as a newborn. This wasn't somebody that was living parallel. This isn't an entity that's living parallel with you in your brain, experiencing all the experiences you go through, learning, growing. No, when it finally comes out, it's like a newborn. It's there to protect you, but it's got no real world experience. And therefore, its default is to treat everything like a fucking threat. And here you go. It's sabotaging everything because it's just keeping you away from life. It's keeping you in the house. It's keeping you under the blanket, depressed and sleeping for 2 fucking days, right? It's not trying to sabotage you. That's the only way it knows how to protect you, because it can't decipher a threat for shit. It's got no real world experience. It doesn't know how to read people, how to study people. It doesn't know how to interpret. So the only thing it does is it fucking sabotages. Doctors would rather you just fucking come back in 2 weeks, take your SSRIs, right? Because they don't want to cure it. They don't want to cure it. They just want to treat it because it's a fucking scam. I'm telling you, folks. In this fucking season of miracles, it's appropriate to talk about this. You know why? God wasn't on my fucking dashboard with a bobblehead and a moving mouth talking to me. He wasn't sitting in my passenger seat. He wasn't floating above my Jeep. No, I don't need to be clicheing this to fucking say, I know now how I ended up at Dunkin' Donuts. I know now why I finished every last ice cube in that fucking coffee. It was giving me time to turn inward and beat the shit out of that motherfucker. And when I found him and I realized what a pussy he was and realized he wasn't my enemy, I could put him on a fucking leash. I could coexist with this motherfucker. And yes, like a wild puppy, he tries to get out of the way and get into some bullshit every now and then, but he's on my fucking leash and I am using him. And he is pure energy. An energy I've never had before. I haven't taken a depression nap. I haven't stayed in bed. I haven't turned all the lights off in a room to be with my demons and my fucking thoughts, folks. I don't sleep in. I'm awake before the fucking alarm clock goes off. I'm disabling it. I'm not hitting snooze 700 fucking times. I'm sure this is something doctors don't want you to know. And for those of you that are non-believers, I'm not going to try to make you believe. But I know now what I've been trying to... Always been a God-fearing person. Never read the Bible. I'm trying to get closer. I'm trying to word. I'm reading the good book now. Very early on in it, but the parallels I see, I am now convinced more than ever. No Holy Spirit came to speak to me. You don't have to lie about that to say, I wasn't thinking of this on my own. This wasn't a journey I was going to go through on my own, using Dunkin' Donuts as my messenger, as my angel, so to speak. No, that had to come from something different. Because it took me 18 fucking years. 18 fucking years. I died so many fucking times in that 18 years. And guess what? That happened over a year and a half ago. Did my life get better? 1,000,000 times better. Could you tell my life got better? No. I ended up homeless for 7.5 months. I went 7.5 months without laying on a flat surface a single time. No. From the outside, my life got 10 times worse. Do you know what I never thought of a single time, a single moment, a single split second when I was homeless? Suicide. Suicide. Pity. Not once. Not once. I had people to be mad at. I had people to focus my anger on. I never thought of ending it. No. After that moment in my vehicle, it all fucking changed. No doctors needed. I was on 2 SSRIs. I'm on 1 now. And I'm trying to get off that. I lost over 60 pounds. I'm in 10 times better shape. I'm in 1,000,000 times better situation. Again, I wish there was a figure bigger than 180 to say, but no, 180 is the op. My life has done a complete 180. I am safer than I've ever fucking been. I am more productive than I've ever been. In fact, I like this me more than the me in the before times. More than the me before PTSD. I like this version most of all. Because before PTSD, I was a shy little mouse. The one thing it gave me, the one thing it truly gave me, was it eliminated my filter. And here I am, telling you that in your weakest moments, miracles can happen. And if you don't want to do it, and if you're waiting for God to come to appear above your fireplace mantle, and you're running out of patience, I'm here to tell you, you just do it. Do it, motherfucker. Turn inward. Turn inward. The thing you're most afraid of is actually more chicken shit than you could ever be. Turn inward. Find him. Conquer him. Put him on a fucking leash and survive. I may not get another Survive episode out before Christmas, so let me just give you my wishes. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Chanukah, whatever you celebrate. If you celebrate nothing, in the spirit of the season, be safe, and most importantly, survive. Later, bitches.
Get him, Jay. I'm not a cop.
You got DP'd.